Park is Tony Gubber.
Two FA Cup goals at Middlesbrough last season put Joe O'Connor's name in the headlines above those of Juninho, Emerson and Ravanelli. But despite his goal-scoring exploits, in 7 seasons with Hednesford, he's never been given the chance to play Football League. At 30, it may be too late, but Hull in the FA Cup is another chance to show how good he and Hednesford are. Well, since last season's giant killing, 5 new signings have considerably strengthened the team that leads the conference. Number 4, Paul Blades, played in the old Division 1 with Norwich. Number 6, Carl Beeston, and number 8, Paul Ware, both had long careers with Stoke City. Number 9, Mick Norbury, scored goals at 4 league clubs. And number 10, Robbie Dennison, was a Northern Ireland international just a couple of seasons ago. Well, this whole team are third bottom of Division 3 after losing 4-1 at home last Saturday. They're relieved today to welcome back striker Dwayne Darby, out 2 months after an appendix operation, and Neil Mann, a skillful left footer who's also missed the last 11 games. And remember Glyn Hodges? His goal for Sheffield United put Manchester United out of the FA Cup in a televised 5th round cup tie back in 1993. The referee today, Mr. David Laws of Whitley Bay, and Hull kick off against the team with whom they may be swapping places at the end of the season if Hednesford win the conference and Hull finish bottom of Division 3. Here's Dwayne Darby, has played for the reserves, just nicked away from Peacock. 3 is Rioch. Gregor Rioch, the 22-year-old son of Bruce Rioch, was an FA Youth Cup winner with Millwall back in 1991. Aimed at O'Connor. He's done well here. Trying to tee it up for somebody. 6 is Beeston. Beeston! O'Connor! Oh, he missed his kick. And then Robbie Dennison couldn't stretch far enough. Hednesford almost looked embarrassed then at the amount of time they had in the penalty area. Has played 6 times for his team, Mark Haitley, since he came here at the start of the season. Didn't get on the score sheet, but here's Peacock trying to do so. Well struck. I think the goalkeeper did get a touch. Yes, it should have been a corner. Robbie Dennison. There wasn't a defender in front of him. Well, when he needed to win it, Mark Greaves, he did so quite forcefully. Dennison will take the corner. Blades missed it, so too did the goalkeeper. Oh, penalty! Carl Beeston went down, and David Laws has pointed sternly to the penalty spot. That was a reckless challenge by Rioch. He took the player's leg. The ball was half a yard away at least. Well, there's been a debate about who should take this. They've decided Norbury. Well, he's only here today because Hednesford managed to squeeze in 2 regional matches in midweek to work off a 3-match suspension. But Mick Norbury, former Cambridge, Preston, Doncaster and Halifax striker, has put the non-league side ahead by 1-0. 7 minutes before half-time. Nice turn by Peacock. He took a deflection off Andy Comyn, corner. Again, they've got a lot of height to look for. Off the bar by Hocking, and then cleared off the line by Paul Blades. Well, 19-year-old Matt Hocking, a free transfer from Sheffield United earlier this season, with the close-range header that might have got Hull level. attacking the end behind which their supporters are gathered. That's Hocking, who hit the crossbar in the first half. Oh, off the line by Collins! Hull have appealed unsuccessfully, they didn't cross the line. Dennison. Norbury. Dennison takes over. It's deflected. Fitzpatrick. It was well struck in the first place by Carl Beeston. Steve Wilson saving with his feet. Hull still in need of their equaliser. Oh yes! Derby very quick on the turn again. And it looked as if the ball was past Cooksey. But once again it's a corner which has given the league side their best opportunity. Oh, O'Connor's taken it off him. Norbury, here's Fitzpatrick. Well, they've still got it. Won by Hocking, and Hull have survived. Fitzpatrick was so careful and so precise, but he put it just where Steve Wilson could claim it. Peacock knocks it in. Derby arrives off the crossbar! And he's flattened one of the ball boys with a powerful run to the far post. Great cross from Peacock to pick him out. Rioch, desperation time now for Hull. Oh, it's a good run by the barrel-chested defender Rioch. He ran into Collins, no penalty. Well, Collins didn't do anything. He's not obliged to get out of the way. Rioch ran into him, in truth. This is Fewings. Free kick. Are they going to get the equaliser with the very last gasp? This looks like a yellow card for Carl Beeston. And surely they'll try and plant this on the head of one of the central defenders. Greaves is there, Wright's in there, Hocking's come forward, they're all in there. What a scramble. O'Connor helps it on its way, and Hednesford now about to claim the scalp of Hull City. O'Connor on the run, he's got Hemmings in the middle. It's 2-0, that confirms it. Joe O'Connor, who by his standards has had a quiet afternoon, has scored the killer goal in added on time. John Baldwin, the manager, with the fist clenched in celebration. A run from inside his own half, but it came after Hednesford had won the ball in another good challenge. May have been an attempt there to bring him down, but he just slipped it underneath Steve Wilson. And we can't restart because Scott Cooksey, the Hednesford goalkeeper, has had to come out of his goal at the right-hand end, complaining that he was being harassed by the supporters. The final whistle has gone. It's an unhappy afternoon for Mark Hateley. It's an unhappy afternoon for Hull City. Dumped out of the FA Cup in the first round by non-league Hednesford. Mark Hateley wants a word with the referee, but in truth his side were well beaten. And the reaction of some of the supporters when that second goal went in will add to Hull's problems. Norbury from the penalty spot after 38 minutes with the first goal. And O'Connor with the clincher in the 93rd minute. Hednesford, the team who are top of the conference, show once again what they're capable of with a team full of Football League experience. John Baldwin, in his 9th season in charge, When he took over, they were in the Midland Division of the Southern League, and now they sit on top of the conference, and who knows, next season they may be in the Football League and would be so deservedly. The final score here is Hull 0, Hednesford 2.
Well, John, talk us through that.
Fabulous, isn't it? It's hard work on the sidelines, let alone playing.
Did you get told off by the officials at the end for over-celebrating when the second goal went in?
I was just telling him, I was surprised how much he was sweating, to be honest with you. He was running up and down that line, and we had a little bit of banter, and it was a great day.
Now, your qualities as a manager are suddenly going to be talked about in football, aren't they?
It's the team that does the talking, isn't it? I mean, they've gone out there today, we've done a job, we've come here, we've looked at how Hull play, and we've got some quality players, and they did themselves proud today.
We're a very decent side. We play some good football, as you've seen today. Yeah, we had a bit of luck, I think, because they put on some cracking corners out there, and we struggled with them. But we play some decent football, and we don't like to lump it about, and we've sneaked 2 goals as well, so it's good for the club.
You were brought down for the penalty. You seem to have nicked it away from Riak, and he took your standing leg?
Oh, he sized me in half. There's no doubts about it.
Now, what did you think when Norbury stepped up to take it? Because he's not been that confident with penalties of late.
No, he hasn't, Norbs. He's told me he's hit it and seen the keeper going the same way, and I think he turned his back, but it's ended up in the net, so it's cracking for us. Brilliant.
Have you any complaints about the penalty?
No, not really. I think contact was made. I never made any complaints. They asked me in the dressing room and I said, yeah, contact was made. But obviously nothing intentional, but they're given, sometimes they're not.
And have you any complaints about the result?
Well, they played very well. I think, we were chasing a game at the end there. We put them under a lot of pressure second half, and with the way we were playing the last 5 minutes, it was either going to go our way or they were going to break away and score a second, and that's what they did.
I thought we showed a lot of commitment, a lot of composure. I thought we had the fair share of the game. We had a lot of chances. Hit the bar a couple of times, a few cleared off the line, maybe one over the line, we're not sure, second half. But as I say, we had the luck in the Coca-Cola Cup. Today we didn't have any luck at all, with no help from the referee, I thought. And but at the end of the day, you have to take your chances, and they took the chances.
With Hednesford at the top of the conference and Hull down there at the bottom of Division 3, should we regard that as a shock, Mark?
No, not really, and certainly judging on Hednesford's cup form last season, where only a late goal defeat at Middlesbrough knocked them out of the competition, but today they were full value for it. Sure, they rode a luck on a couple of occasions, a couple of clearances off the line, and also Hull hit the woodwork, but you always felt that Hednesford were going to score. I mean, obviously, the fact they scored twice, but they played some good football. They had lots of pace up front, but the key really for them today was defensively. They were very, very well organised, and they were so committed. As you see here, there's just a ball played in, and I think the key for them today was that defensively they had a lot of ex-league players playing. Here's Andy Coleman. It's a great tackle because you expect the Hull player to at least make contact and make the goalkeeper make a save. Here initially poor defending on the corner, but again it's a case of getting bodies in the way. That was Collins, the captain, who was least prepared to throw himself in the way. And then we have the penalty, which quite rightly was a penalty. It came from the corner. They almost scored from the corner, Hednesford, only partially cleared. And Beeston does very well, breaks into the penalty. His first touch isn't the best, and it just draws Riak in, and he catches his trailing leg. Now, what do you think the manager would say at half-time to your player? That, what are you making tackles like that for? Well, this is why, Gary, because only a minute earlier, this is a tackle by Carty, the right-back, on Riak, and Riak saw the red mist, and his next tackle was a tackle that gave away the penalty.
Well, Hull fans thought they should have had a penalty when the score was 1-0. What do you reckon to that?
No, I mean, again, it was Greg Riak involved. It's not been a good week in the Riak household, I'm afraid, Bruce being his father. But he's trying to make amends here. He bursts into the Hednesford half, lots of pace, running at defenders, committing them. They're backing away all the time, Hednesford. He gets into the penalty, and this is Collins again, the captain. And really, at the very, very worst, I think that's obstruction, at the very, very worst. And then, unfortunately for Greg Riak, he was trying like stink to do something for his team. He loses the ball. This is O'Connor. He'd threatened to score all day, lots of pace. He never even sees Hemmings coming up on his left. And cool as you like, he makes it 2-0 to Hednesford. But I thought they were good value for the win, and I think the nice thing was it wasn't crash-bang special. It was lots of decent football.
You look like you were disagreeing with that thing about the penalty.
Jimmy, you disagreeing?
You can hide behind obstruction, can't you? But quite honestly, you can say it was holding because he was holding the player and preventing getting behind him, which is a penalty offence. You could say charging dangerously, you know, you could say any of those things and apply it to it. But on the other hand, he did stop the player in the penalty area from getting to the ball.
The thing was, though, Jim, the thing was that the referee was in an excellent position because he was only, what, 5 yards away from the inside.
Not as good a position as you and I have been in. If you look at it tonight, we're in a perfect position. So
I've seen it 20 times and it's still obstruction.
Well, whatever, he gave nothing anyway, and that's all that
interesting.
really counts.
No, it's very interesting to see what referees in general think about that point, because it's a very interesting point.
Well, as referees always, they're always inconsistent. They never agree on anything, do they? But
that's consistency.
Yeah, that's right.